You've heard it a million times, right? Everything in moderation. It sounds so simple, so reasonable. But for some of us, it feels completely impossible. Well, today, we're going to dig into exactly why that is, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it.
It is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. You go in with the best intentions. I'll just have one. And then somehow, the entire bag of cookies just disappears. You look at your friends who can have a candy jar on their desk for months without touching it, and you just think, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do that?
Okay, listen up, because this is the single most important thing I'm going to say. It's not a personal failing. It is not about your willpower, your discipline, or your moral character. It's about your biology. And we are about to break down precisely what's going on under the hood.
To really get this, we have to understand that when it comes to sugar, we're not all living in the same world. It's really a tale of two different realities, depending entirely on what's happening inside your body.
So just look at this slide. Does that your reality column feel a little too familiar? For some people, eating a cookie is just a simple choice. It's satisfying, and they move on. But for others, it's the first shot in an all-out war. If you're in that second camp, you are absolutely in the right place. So, what is the real problem here? It all comes down to your metabolic starting point. See, all that moderation advice makes a huge assumption. It assumes everyone's body is starting from a healthy, stable place. And you know what? That's just not true for a lot of people.
This analogy just nails it. Telling someone with an unstable metabolism to just moderate sugar is exactly like telling someone whose car has no brakes to just drive carefully. The advice itself isn't wrong, it's just completely useless because the underlying system is broken.
Okay, so what's actually cutting your biological brakes? Let's get into it. We're going to pull back the curtain on the 3 hidden saboteurs that are making moderation feel absolutely impossible. First on the list is something we can all relate to: poor sleep. And look, this isn't just about feeling groggy the next day. A lack of good sleep throws a massive wrench into your entire metabolic machine. Just look at that number, a 30% drop. That is a huge hit for your body to take. But what does a 30% drop in insulin sensitivity really mean? It basically means your body's cells get kind of deaf to insulin. That's the hormone that's supposed to shuttle sugar out of your blood. So after just one single night of bad sleep, your body is literally less effective at its job. The sugar hangs around in your blood longer, your energy tanks, and guess what? Your cravings go through the roof. It's a vicious biological loop, not a character flaw.
All right, next up, chronic stress. When you are constantly stressed out, your body is stuck in fight or flight mode. It's pumping out stress hormones, and that is pretty much the exact opposite of the calm, balanced state you need to manage your blood sugar well. And get this, that chronic stress, all by itself, can raise your baseline blood sugar by 15 to 20%, and that's before you've even had a single bite of food. So just by being stressed, your system is already preloaded with extra sugar. So when you do eat that sweet treat, you're not just having a moderate indulgence. You are literally pouring gasoline on a fire that's already raging. And that brings us to our final saboteur, liquid calories. Things like sodas, juices, even those fancy sugary coffees. These are especially tricky because of how they mess with your body's internal wiring. A 40% higher insulin spike. That's the difference between drinking your sugar and eating it in solid form. It just slams into your system so much faster and so much harder. See, liquid sugar totally bypasses the normal signals that tell your brain, hey, we're full now. It's like your body's internal calorie counter is glitching out. The number of calories goes up, but that I'm satisfied alarm never, ever goes off. This creates a massive hormonal roller coaster and, you guessed it, leaves you feeling hungry again pretty fast. Okay. So we've laid out the problems, and it can feel like a lot. But here's the good news, the really good news. The solution is actually pretty simple. It's a powerful shift in strategy. You have to stabilize your system first. You moderate later. So here's your game plan to fix those breaks. Number 1, prioritize sleep. Getting 7 or more hours is non-negotiable if you want to fix that insulin sensitivity. 2, manage your stress. Find whatever works for you to lower that cortisol. 3, a little hack, add protein and fiber before you have any sugar or carbs. Think of it like a sponge. It slows down how fast that sugar hits your blood. And finally, for now, just cut out the liquid sugar. It's the fastest way to throw your system out of whack, so you got to get rid of it until things are stable again. And this, my friends, is where it all comes together. Once you put in the work to fix the foundation, to stabilize your biology, the payoff is absolutely incredible. Moderation stops being this constant, exhausting battle. It actually becomes easy. I mean, just look at the difference here. You go from constantly fighting your own body, with the endless cravings, the energy crashes, the guilt, to working with your biology. And on that side of the equation, that's where you find stable energy. That's where you find true food freedom. The guilt just evaporates because the struggle itself is gone.
And this is the real prize. This is what we're aiming for. When your hormones are stable, that cookie is no longer a biological imperative that your stressed out, sleep-deprived body is screaming for. It just becomes a simple choice. You can have it or not, and either way is fine, because your body is no longer in a state of emergency. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. Are you ready to stop blaming willpower? Are you ready to stop trying to drive carefully with broken brakes and instead focus on fixing the foundation first? Because that is where you'll discover what real, effortless moderation actually feels like.